Imagine that you have millions of dollars worth of bitcoins. You are already looking forward to your comfortable and bright life. And suddenly, you lose your hard drive with all your crypto, or one of your relatives throws out a sheet with a seed phrase from your wallet. Sounds like a bad dream, right? And these are not fiction but real stories in which people foolishly lose their fortunes. And we start our hit parade of the most epic crypto-related fails and curiosities with programmer Stefan Thomas. He lost access to his $210 million Bitcoin wallet. Back in 2011, when Bitcoin was worth about $5, Thomas received 7,000 Bitcoins as payment for work. Although a couple of years later, he realized the password to the hard drive that stored the keys to his Bitcoin wallet has been lost. As for this moment, the poor guy has used 8 attempts to guess the password. He has only 2 chances to enter the code correctly. Otherwise, the hard drive will permanently encrypt the data of the wallet with a huge fortune. We wonder what he will do first to celebrate his success if he eventually retrieves access to his millions. Maybe he would buy a trip to space provided by Virgin Galactic. Their special feature is that they accept all kinds of payments, including crypto. Rumor has it that 6 flights have already been paid for with bitcoins. And we wish Stefan good luck. Fortunately or not, the programmer's case is far from unique. If things had turned out a little differently, the British man James Howells could be almost as rich as the King of Great Britain by this day. He managed to mine himself 8,000 bitcoins, but in 2013 he accidentally threw out the hard drive on which all these coins were stored. Now they're worth around $220 million, while Howells is pretty sure that the hard drive is still lying somewhere in a landfill at a port in Newport, South Wales. He even developed a new plan to somehow find the device. The man hopes that AI and robot dogs from Boston Dynamics will help him find his millions.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
Australian journalist Campbell Simpson continues the parade of millions thrown into landfills. He had a bit less bitcoins, 1,400 to be exact, but they cost him only $25 in 2010. A few months after the purchase, he broke up with his girlfriend and threw away everything that reminded him of her. As you might have guessed, the hard drive with bitcoins flew into the same direction. Mr. Simpson says that he mentally converts his bitcoins into dollars from time to time and thus becomes sad. Only magic may help him to return the hard drive after so many years. Here we can only offer him the Cthulhu offerings cryptocurrency. This is one of the most mysterious cryptocurrencies based around the worship of a giant octopus, with coins believed to be a ritual sacrifice. Perhaps some sacrificial coins would turn luck back on Campbell's side. In the next case, not even magic can bring back the coins of one of the early Bitcoin investors, Mercier Papasco. He once owned 1 million Bitcoins, around $30 billion at the current exchange rates, and that's just wow. However, in 2021, he drowned on a Costa Rica beach under mysterious circumstances. Mercier took the keys to his Bitcoin wallet with him, since only he knew the exact safe deposit box they were stored in. These days, from the world of cryptocurrencies, he could only be interested in the company Crescent Tide, which is engaged in a funeral services and accepts payment in cryptocurrencies. To be honest, it doesn't sound attractive, but the service is quite relevant nevertheless. The disappearance of another owner of 1 million bitcoins is shrouded in a complete mystery. The legendary Satoshi Nakamoto, whose identity is still unknown, was the first Bitcoin miner, and according to some estimates, he managed to mine approximately 1.1 million coins, slightly more than 5% of the total supply. Many people believe that he was actually killed by someone, and if so, then the killer, whose soul must be groaning under the weight of sins, may be interested in the Jesus coin cryptocurrency. These tokens' advantages are sins forgiveness, fast transactions between a person and Jesus, and salvation from hell. And for the sake of forgiveness of your crypto sins, you can leave this video a like, and therefore support our channel by giving it a subscription too. Thank you. Our next hero somehow returned his bitcoins, but had to go through a lot. American journalist Mark Flender bought 7.4 bitcoins for $3,000 in January 2016. While he and his wife were on vacation though, the cleaning company did a very good job at his house by accidentally throwing out a piece of paper with the cherished seed phrase meant for the wallet. It took Mark 6 months to stop losing weight and tearing his hair out due to the loss of access to his crypto assets. He even turned to the services of a hypnotist to remember the key. And yet, in August of that year, he managed to remember the correct password. This half-a-year span turned out to be too tough for Mark's nervous system, and that's why Potcoin cryptocurrency would have come to the rescue. With its help, you can absolutely safely buy and sell legal, no other options, marijuana. And now get ready to hear a story of a really epic loss. In April 2016, an unknown user made a transaction to transfer 1/10,000th of Bitcoin. But the transaction fee was as much as 291 Bitcoin. The human factor is believed to be the main reason behind such an unusual deal. The user could mess up the fields meant for the amount to be transferred and the transaction fee. The unfortunate individual could try to return his almost 9 million calculated at the current rate only using the method I'm about to give in a second. In 2013, a college student held up a banner reading "Hi Mom, send BTC" and a QR code of his wallet during an ESPN football show. Bitcoin fans from the Reddit platform managed to improve the quality of the QR code from the screen so that others can donate coins to the guy. Believe it or not, the lucky lad got 100 transactions totaling over 22 bitcoins. Another transfer failure occurred in 2021 when the Australian division of the Crypto.com exchange accidentally sent 10.5 million instead of 100 to a client. Just a mistake with the comma and zeros. The shortage was noticed only 7 months after the audit.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
During this time, the woman managed to spend most of the received money. She bought real estate for herself and her daughter, dressed in branded clothes, and did some traveling. Now, the money has to be returned through the court. But no one may beat the next guy in terms of losing his bitcoins instantly. Bloomberg journalist Matt Miller revealed a QR code associated with his own private address on live TV in 2013. One of the viewers was no fool, immediately scanned the code, and as a result, he became $20 richer right on the spot, while Miller received a good lesson. Then, someone may remember a case from 2017 when an unknown person raised the Buy Bitcoin sign during the live broadcast of the speech delivered by the Fed chairman in the US Congress. The world's first cryptocurrency immediately grew by 3%. And the last heroine of our list did not seem to lose her bitcoins, but she is still very upset about the whole situation. In 2009, British singer Lily Allen was offered 200,000 bitcoins to perform at an online concert. The future star refused since, at that time, this amount was equivalent to only £450. Nevertheless, now she could have been the owner of $6 billion. And if you believe the Bitcoin price predictions, then this amount could be around 100 billion by 2040. Later on, Lily repeatedly regretted her decision. Write in the comments below, which of the mentioned fails do you consider the most epic? Check out our other videos and subscribe so you won't miss the latest episodes.